Nice. Welcome back, guys. Today I want to talk about React Router version 6. We're going to build a really simple app that will cover 90-95% of the use cases. Now that includes index routes, nested routes, protected routes, how to use the outlet component, navigate component, and the various hooks that come with React Router. All right, so let's just start by initializing our project. We're going to use create React app to initialize. We're going to call our app YouTube. We're going to use TypeScript for the language. Initialize project, okay. Now we're going to go to Figma. So this YouTube app that we're building is going to be a video hosting and discovery platform. All right. So in Figma, we're going to prototype the app basically really quick. We're just going to prototype the routes, what routes we want. We want home, we want explore, we want profile, and we want watch. So we'll explain these really quick. So watch endpoint, watch route rather, will let you watch a video, but in order to do that, it needs to have a video ID to find. So we use dynamic segments of React Router, which is just part of the URL parameters. The ID of the video. And it's going to do a lookup video or error. So if the video is not found, it'll show an error instead of the video, basically. All right. So in profile, we're going to have protected route. So that means you need to be logged in to see the profile. Otherwise, it's going to ask you to log in. Because if you're not logged in, there's no profile to show. Let me just move these. Okay. So explore, it's going to have like trending video and search. And then home is going to have recent videos. Okay. That should be enough to get started. We'll just go through these routes and build them. So go back to our project, cd YouTube. We're gonna install the React Router library and use latest, which should be version 6. Okay, we're gonna add another dependency called tachyons. This is a CSS utility library. It's going to help us style the app. If you've ever heard of Tailwind, it's like that, but a lot smaller and simpler. Okay, so we're going to open Visual Studio Code, open the folder. All right, so we're in here. All right, so first thing we do when we create a project, we delete everything. Okay, not everything, almost everything. Boom, look at that. Now it's going to complain. We delete all this missing stuff. So we're going to create the root component. This is going to hold our routes, return. Okay. Let's just fix the imports by saying where the base URL is. Okay, now we have root. Okay, good. So it looks good. So the first thing we want to do is add the router provider. So now the browser router, the history router, will be available throughout the whole app. Okay, so we're going to wrap the app in a routes container. We're going to create a route. And we're going to say path, index, element. Let's just call this home, right? Function, return div home. All right, let's see if this works. Go on, start. Go back to Chrome. Oh, okay. So we are at home, right? Okay. So first thing we want to do is create a little view, make the view a little better. We want to have a sidebar in our app, which lets you navigate to the various routes. We're going to call it sidebar. No, we'll clean this up shortly. Return sidebar, okay, and it's going to be a flex container. Flex is not working because we need to import the CSS. Let's create a CSS file to do that. Import tachyons CSS tachyons. And then let's import our CSS file. Import. All right. Now, okay, that class works now. You see. All right, so we're going to go back here. We're gonna add a few of the routes here, which are just link components. Link to index, and it's going to say home. Okay, it says home. We're going to add a bunch of them. We're going to use flex column to lay them out nicely. We have here explore. We have here profile, right? Explore home, explore profile. Oh, I think that's all we have. So that should do it. Explore. All right. Let's just make this look a little better. So we'll clean up the A tags. Color, we'll just make this black or something. No decoration. Add a hover. Make it blue or something. Okay, we need to make the text bigger. F4. Maybe even bigger, right? Okay, good. So then we're gonna add a little margin. Okay, and we want a divider here. So to separate the sidebar from the main content of the app. I'm gonna call this sidebar. Okay, we're gonna do border right. We want to be X solid. Should be A0001. It's gonna give us a gray border. We want some padding. So the padding is, so we need to call this sidebar. Okay, so as you can see, that sidebar is actually not extending the full page height. So let's fix that with min vh100. This gives us a min viewport height of 100, which is the full extent of the browser height, basically. Home, explore, profile. So these routes don't actually work. Right now, if you click it, you know, nothing's gonna happen. Let's add the routes, explore, and profile, and then watch. I think that's it, right? Home, explore, profile. All right, let's just create all of these. So we're gonna pull out home. Call it home. Fix the import. Copy this, rename this to explore. Explore, okay. Okay, and profile. File. We want watch. Right, watch. So So what do we have here? Home, explore, profile. Okay, so and watch. We should have a watch too. All right, so in home, you know, home is just going to be really simple. Welcome to the app or something. So let's just, you know, make it look a little better. So we want padding in the main content area. This is the main content area here. The routes container, va3. All right, we're going to add, we're going to make it, let's use a heading, h1 home. Welcome to your recent videos. We don't have recent videos, but you get the idea. All right, so we're going to do all this everywhere. Explore. So in the explore route, we're going to add the search and the trending videos, right? So let's go to explore. Let's add the search. Let's add the search. Search for video. Okay. So right below this, we're going to just show the trending videos, and it's just going to search, you know, it's going to be a fake search obviously, but it's going to show you how to filter down using React Router. So we want the videos. We're just going to mock the videos here. It's going to have a title, an ID. Title is going to be Learn React. And then another one, React Router. Put another one. I don't know. Learn CSS. Right? So let's show those videos. We're gonna use a fragment for now. Oh no, we want to use div flex column. We're going to map over the videos. Videos.map. We're going to return a link, right? So we're going to need to navigate to the video. Right? We'll fix the routing right now. V title key is going to be v.id, okay, because it's an array of components. We're going to display that. Okay, looks good. Let's make it look a little better. All right. Okay, so we have the Explorer up, we have the videos showing up, and we have a search that does nothing. So let's hook up the search. Right, hook up the search. To hook up the search, we want to add a onChange handler here. We're going to set the text. This is where we're going to use search parameters from React Router. Search set search equals use search. Okay, so search is what? URL search params. So target.value. This will give us the input the user typed. If there is something, if there's a string greater than 0 length, we're going to set search query, right? And we're going to print search. Let's see what search looks like. Okay, so you see it here on the URL. It's adding it. We also need to clear it though if the query is empty. Else set search empty object. Right? So search params, we're gonna get the query. Okay. So you see it working. Looks good. So now the good thing is search parameters, if you refresh the page, they actually are part of the URL. And you can share this link with somebody if you want to search. So now let's actually filter these down. Right, let's filter down videos. We're going to put we're going to pass the search query to the videos. Get query, right? So it's going to be a query or nothing, string or null, right? So now, if there is a query, we want to filter down the videos. So we have videos, we have filtered videos. Now we're going to do the filtering here. Take the video. We're going to search the video title. Includes query. All right. So we're going to say includes query, or if query is empty, empty string. That should be enough. Let's see. We want to actually do two lowercase. We want it to be case insensitive. All right, filter videos. Learn React. All right, looks good. So if you're fresh, it's applied automatically because it's part of the URL parameters. And it looks great. Oh, we actually should populate the input field. So that's what I missed. Value equals search get query. If query is empty, empty string. All right, so now you refresh, you have the search string is populated into the field automatically. Okay. So we got that. Let's get the linking to work. Link to. We want to link to the watch page. So watch. We're going to use string interpolation here. We're going to say ID. We need the ID. v.id. Right? So you can see that takes us to watch/1, watch/2. Okay, but watch doesn't exist right now, so let's add the watch view. So we want to add the watch view, but the watch view is going to take a dynamic segment. So we're going to wrap it in route. We're going to have a children in here, another child route component element equals watch, right? And the path is going to be ID. Okay, so now it works, but how do we get the video? So now we have the parameter. We want to make sure we can get the ID and then find the video using the ID. ID equals use query. Use params, that's what it's called. Use params, right? Okay, so if there's no ID, if no ID, return a message, no video found. Okay, if no ID. But now we need to also search for the video, so or filter for the video. So we're going to export this to a data file. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, so replace this with double quotes. Wrap these all with quotes. Get rid of these commas. Okay. Now we have a fake data file, import videos from data wrappers. All right, so in a real app, you would actually load these from an API somewhere. And you have a bunch more logic for like loading, the loading state, showing a loading spinner, and an error state if the videos can't be fetched. But anyway, we have the videos. We can import it in the other file now. So here, so we're gonna do a filter to find the video. Videos.v.id equals ID, right? Or no video. Actually, we just need this. If no video. No video file, right? Okay, so we're gonna, for now, we're just gonna print the video. Video.title. Learn React. So 1 is React, 2 is React Router, and then 3 is Learn CSS. So we can learn React, click this. Now we're in the watch and route. Okay, so what about the profile route? Profile route is going to get a little more complicated, but it's all good. We're going to make it work. In the profile route, we want it to be protected. So what does that mean? That means if they're not logged in. So let's call it protected tsx export function protected alternative protected route. Okay. So if a protected route, we're going to wrap this in a protected route. We should be able to do that by taking in children React node. Okay, so if you are logged in, return the children. Protected. We're gonna make this work. Okay. Why is it complaining? Protected cannot be used as a JSX component. Oh, can we do that? I guess we have to wrap it in let's see, I'm trying to figure out React. I'm trying to figure out the type here. I forget what the type is. Well, I know we can do this and wrap this in a fragment. Let's do this. Right? So this is going to work. So how does protected work now? Protected needs to know, are you logged in? Right, it's going to take in a logged in property called, it's a boolean. It's going to be boolean if not logged in. If you're not logged in, what do we want to do? We want to redirect you to the login. Return the navigate. So this is the navigate component. The navigate component is going to send you to the login page. Okay. The first thing we want to do with this is actually clear the previous route, right? and so that when they navigate back, it won't take them to wherever they came from. It'll take them to the previous route. So I'll show you guys what I mean by that. Go to profile. So let's do this. Go to profile. Right? Go back. See, it doesn't take you to profile. It takes you to the wherever you came from previously. That's what replace does. And I'll show you why we want that. So we're going to add some state here. We're going to say where you came from. So if you came from, use location. It's another hook from React Router. From state. We want to do this. State as right? So it might be undefined. So if it is undefined, I want to return you to the index page. So in the login page now, we're going to add the login page. It's going to be really simple. Log in. We don't have a login yet, so we're going to add it. Login tsx, export, login, return, login. So this is going to be the login area where they're going to enter their username, password, and stuff and get in the app. Of course, we have an error. Cannot destructure from. Okay, that is fine because from could be null. So state from equals state dot from, or so state can be null. So it might be coming from. They might not be navigating from the app. They might be just visiting the link directly. So we're handling that with an optional conditional check here. If there's no from, then we return them to the index. Okay, so refresh. Okay. All right, so login. So now what does login do? Login is going to have a button. We're going to fake the login. Normally you'd call the API and set a cookie or something. On click, we're going to go on click. I'll show you what to do on the on click again. So on the on click, we want to navigate and we want to set the logged in state, right? There's no logged in state anywhere, so we're going to keep it at the root right now. Login, set logged in. Okay. Normally this would be some other global state, like using Zustand or Redux or something else. You wouldn't keep it, you wouldn't want to do this and drill it down to your components. So we're going to add it here, logged in, login. And take a, so if they've ever visited this page, we also want to redirect them. If they ever visit this page directly and they are already logged in, then they should be redirected automatically. Set in boolean set logged in. I'm going to take a boolean, of course. Void. So it's a function. Set logged in is a function. This is true. Login button will set logged in to true. If they're logged in, return navigate to let me just make sure I'm doing this correct. Okay, so protected route. Feels like we're duplicating this, but should be okay because We only want this on the logged in route and the protected routes. So if we wrap our components with protected, I could just do that, right? I could just wrap login with protected. No, I don't want to do that. It's going to be the opposite, right? If they are logged in, return them to the from. Return them to right? So now on the login click, when they log in, we're going to use the navigate hook, use navigate, instead of the navigate component, navigate to the from, place true, right? So set logged in. So we're passing these down. So now how does protected know if they're logged in? Protected is going to look at the logged in state and determine what to do. So profile, you go to profile, it redirects you to login. There's no, you can't do anything on profile. You can never see profile unless you're logged in. You click login, it redirects you. So the only thing we're missing here is actually the from. The from is wrong. So if you're state from, to login state from, do we care about this? Use location, not state. Oh, see, we don't actually want to do the from here. This is just going to take you to login and pass in the from. Okay, so let's just rename it from, keep it consistent. Okay. All right. So we're passing in the path name that they were last on. So if you go here, so let's say you land here, you click profile, the last page you were on is profile, but there's an automatic redirect, which takes you to the login. So now you click login, now you're back to profile. When you press back, we never send you back to login. That's what replace does. Gets rid of the last history object. So we're good there. That should cover most of it. Let's see. Router, right? Yep. We have logged in. We have protected. So one thing we didn't actually use is outlet. So how does outlet work? Outlet is going to be very simple. I think we can add outlet to the profile page, right? Let's add outlet to the profile page. Yeah. So profile is going to have a couple of views, a couple of nested views, which is going to be like, you know, let's call it path settings. So we're just going to fake this. Your manage your profile settings. So if we go to refresh this, if we go to profile, it takes you to login. Okay, so if you're logged in, okay, so let's see if we can render the settings, right? Manage profile. So let's do this. Clean this up a little. F4. We're just making this look a little better. Okay, so now where's the outlet? Outlet comes in here. We're gonna have a link here called, what did it call? Settings. It's gonna be like a nested route basically to settings. See? So now we're in the profile settings. And it renders the outlet. All right. So this should cover pretty much, 90% of your use cases. If you guys have any other use cases you want to cover, we can definitely go over them. All right, guys. Till next time, you know what to do.